Remember the story we were talking about the other day about Jio Fiber, Will, and how our Indian viewers were super pumped about this fiber offering starting at 700 rupees, which is like under $10 USD for a 100 megabit per second connection, plus a free 4K TV. They were just amped about it. It was such a highly requested story. Talked about it on yesterday's episode. Well, I was trying to figure out, like, just how amazing is this offering comparative to what's happening elsewhere in the world? And then, of course, I happen upon this hot new article. U.S. internet pricing is all over the place. And this is coming via the Wall Street Journal. And funny enough, they did an analysis on exactly the same bandwidth, 100 megabit per second connections, which was the entry connection for the Jio Fiber offering. And they found that people in the U.S. pay anywhere from $25 to $105 for the same 100 megabits, depending on where they're located and depending on what promotion, for whatever reason, was available to them. It's a wide range. The median sits at $65, and the vast majority of the 187 people? Yeah, 187 bills that were analyzed. The vast majority fall in at about $60 for 100 megabits. So now we have this really clear comparison. We have this really clear indication of just how competitive the Jio Fiber offering is at $9 or between $9 and $10 USD for 100 megabits. Most users in the US are paying 6 times that for the same connection. That's a pretty wild difference as far as I'm concerned. Now, the reason for the gigantic range has a lot to do with the bizarre nature in which these deals are structured. How so different people are tied into different bundles, and some of these things are super regional and different competition in different markets. It's a lot going on. And one thing I've recognized over the years, Will, is that you can actually get a far better deal if you just call them up and say, I'm going to quit.
Yeah.
You just call them up and say, I'm done with you.
What's it called? Retentions?
Yeah, then you go to a retention department and they're like, oh, you want to pay half? And you're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, cool. Starting now, you pay half. And you're like, wait, what? What is the profit margin on this? Because I didn't even tell you. I just, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There. So it turns out probably the lesson here, at least for the US, Canada, places like this, is you probably can get a better deal. You probably should speak up and tell them you want to quit and get that better deal. Especially if you're paying for one of the higher plans, because it turns out that, a lot of people aren't actually really utilizing the bandwidth they're paying for. Their actual experience, like a lot of people go, I need 250 megabits. And then they go and they stream Netflix every so often and YouTube. And they're like, I just feel good having 250 megabits.
Yeah. Feel
good about it. So presumably, you're a higher margin customer. You should go in, maybe negotiate it. Who knows? Maybe you can get a discount because there's a huge range there. You got a person paying 25. You got a person paying 105 for the same amount of bandwidth. Anyway, you can go look at the article if you want more details on it. You can also weigh in, because I'm curious about you guys, what your internet bill looks like, and also what connection speeds you're getting. You guys are a global audience, so we can get an even bigger pool. If they only did 187 people, we can get an even bigger pool and get a global pool to get a better idea. There's a couple of providers that are referenced in this study here. Looks like the most competitive, what is that, AT&T? $4.18? Oh, this is fees. This is something different. Anyhow, nonetheless, there's some cool infographics over there. You can compare and you can negotiate. You can use this information. You go to your provider and be like, I was on the Wall Street Journal via Lou Later, and he's telling me there's a 100 megabit connection to be had for 25. So hook me up.
I could be this person right here.
That could be you. You could be that dot, the low dot, the smart dot. I can't make any guarantees. They might tell you to go take a nap.
Come back later.
That'd be a weird thing to tell you to do, though.
Yeah.
to like go take a nap. You're like, is that a threat?
It's like, huh?
It sounded like a threat.